everyone, my name's Kalardo and I'm your host. You're listening to BPM Radio. I have with us none other than the big Dutch duo, Blasterjaxx. Guys, thank you for joining me. So Blasterjaxx, welcome to BPM Radio. For the people who aren't familiar with you gentlemen, tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
What do we do? Yes. Yeah, we make music, we play music, and that's basically what we do.
Well, that sums it up, yeah, man. That sums it up, man. So let's start at the beginning. How did you guys actually start off in music? We'll start with you.
Well, yeah, we both started with producing music for like 6-7 years ago. Before we knew each other, you know. And like 2.5 years ago, we met each other, and I already found the name Blasterjaxx, and I was in need of a second member, so Idir jumped in, and that's where it all started, and now we're here.
And how did you get involved in music?
Because of my parents. They were like, yeah, you have to make music, at the beginning, so when I was age of 8, something like that. And I was starting playing keyboard, so there where it starts.
So did you go to school to do a bit of music?
Yeah.
So you got a musical background?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you start off producing first or DJing?
Producing, yeah.
And then later worked your way through to
after
DJing?
5 years of producing, started DJing.
And how old were you when you actually started?
With producing?
Yeah.
16.
16. And
Yeah.
what about you, man?
Yeah, 15, 16.
How did you guys actually discover electronic music?
Well, yeah, we live in the Netherlands, you know, and house music and electronic music has been there for like 2 decades right now, and it's on the radio, you hear it everywhere, you know. So yeah, I was like 11 or something. I heard some tunes of Tiesto, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And from that moment, I spent all of the money of my birthdays and stuff, you know, to buy CDs, and yeah, that's where it started for me.
What about you, man?
I started with hip hop.
Started with hip hop?
Yeah. Well, later on, when Dutch house music came out, at that moment I was onto the house.
So how did you guys actually meet?
I always pause that question to Idir.
Why?
You can tell.
Why?
Okay, I will tell you. To be honest, like I told you, I found Blasterjaxx in the beginning, and this guy was a big fan of the sound I made back then. So he was some sort of fan, and he came over in the studio sometimes due to a mutual friend, you know. And that's where it started. And I was like, okay, this kid is musical, and he's producing well and nice guy. So yeah, together with our manager, or with my manager, we decided to take Idir in the team, and that's where it started.
Can I send you an email and we make it a trio? Yeah?
No, sorry, man. We're full.
2 is enough.
You've had great success really quickly, so congratulations on that, guys. I
Thank you.
congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
Where did Blasterjaxx play their first gig?
The first gig together of us was in our hometown, a place called Le Perry. Yeah, that was basically the first gig.
What about outside of the Netherlands?
That was like
Swansea.
Yeah, it was in March.
Yeah, we played in March or April in Swansea in England. Yeah, it was crazy.
How was that, huh?
Yeah, it was
really
crazy.
good.
It opened a whole new world for us. Yeah.
And do you guys have any pre-gig rituals before a gig?
In the Netherlands, when we are with our manager, we have
We
some
have a
sort
yell.
of, we have a yell, you know, like actually the yell, yeah. So yeah, that's our pre-gig ritual. For the rest, yeah.
A vodka?
Yeah, just drinking
Good
some
vodka?
vodka. I know we always try to untangle the headphones, you know, before a show, and we always do it together and make sure any one of us has the right USB and stuff like that.
Now, is it hard being a duo up there on stage? Or do you guys find it easy to be mixing together?
No.
I was starting together, you know. I wasn't play before I was in Blasterjaxx, you know.
Yeah.
The first gig I had was with him, so I've never DJed by myself.
There you go. That must be some sort of experience for you there, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
It is. Yeah.
What about you? You've always been with someone as well, or were you by yourself?
Yeah, mostly. Were just a few gigs I played alone, but I know was a duo was cooler, you know. Playing with two and too much fun, and you can laugh, you know. Even during the set, you can make jokes and stuff like that. So that's cool.
I'd imagine you have a lot more fun.
Yeah, more. And it's sometimes handy, you know, when one can make drinks and the other can play, and that's why you should like that, you know. Yeah, you're just you have a pair of, you know, extra hands, extra hat and stuff like that.
And I'd imagine it'd be a lot better as well touring with someone who's considered to be almost like your best friend.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think when you were a solo, I don't know, all the solo DJs, a big respect for them, because I think you're very lonely. Yeah.
You'd get very lonely in tour, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So in terms of production, guys, what software are you actually using to produce?
Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops?
Yeah.
There you go. Fruity Loops.
Take that, Logic.
And tell us about your latest single, Mystica. How did that all come about?
How did it come? Yeah. Just from scratch. It was really, from scratch.
Was it your idea, was it?
At the beginning was my idea, yeah. The start, the melody,
wasn't
the break melody.
Wasn't you high during making
No,
the break?
I wasn't.
That was the other
I was sober. Yeah.
Yeah, but we had a little bit discussion about the drop, you know, because the sound, it was a little bit like the epic thing Sandro Silva did before, but we know the guy very well, and he thinks the track's cool, so we were like, okay, we're just gonna do it, you know.
So you actually showed it to him as a demo first?
Yeah, he has heard all our stuff. He was like, cool track. So he didn't, you know, notice the thing, the plug did it.
I'm curious to know, how do you guys actually work together when you're working in the studio? Do one of you guys come up with the idea first and the other one builds on that, or do you guys just build your tracks up from scratch together, from start to finish?
That's different. Mostly I started with the melody because I have played before very piano, you know, I can play piano, so almost I start making a melody and asking him if it's good or not, or you know, and later on, the drop is all by two of us, you know. But I start with the melody always.
I'd imagine that being in the studio together would be really, really fun, man. Like, you just bounce ideas off each other and just...
It's fun until you got a lot of deadlines and stuff, you know. Then it's just work, and that's hard sometimes, you know.
Is it? Is it hard? Like, how hard is it for people?
Yeah, well, if there's a deadline for tomorrow and I have no inspiration, that's not good, you know. That's hard, because it has to be finished tomorrow and I can't do it now, you know. That's hard. Yeah, and with touring and stuff, and for like, we have a deadline for very big artists, top 5 artists, and it's the first week of January, but we haven't started, or we did start up with something, but I don't know, you know. So yeah, we have to finish that one as well, but we're on tour, so yeah, you know.
So well, that actually leads me to my next question.
Yeah.
How do you guys find coping with all the demands of touring?
Well, for like as you can see with our portable studio right here, we try to work on the road, but it's hard, and we are both better in the studio, you know. Yeah. Better atmosphere, and all the stuff is good, you know. All the samples you use are there. Any plugins working, and sometimes some of them are having trouble here. You have big monitors and stuff like that, you know. It's just better to work in the studio.
And are there any tracks at the moment you guys are working on that you can tell us about?
Can tell us about.
Yeah, we can't. we have a few remixes coming up for big artists. Like I said, one of them is a top 5 artist. For the rest we have a lot of collaborations and own tracks coming up.
No Blasterjaxx album or anything like that?
No, not yet. We're not working on an album. We have some few record companies that they offered us some stuff, you know, for albums, but yeah, we don't know yet. We will see.
You guys have tracks signed to Laidback Luke's label, to Tiesto's label, and Hardwell's label. How does that feel? That must be sensational.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's a fun thing for us, you know. In the beginning it was for us like a year ago, a little bit more. we were like, okay, we really wanted to release on Mix Mash on the label of Laidback.
Yeah.
So we did, and then we were okay. What did we want next, or which record company? We were like, okay, we're going to try to let Chesto play one of our tunes and let him sign one of our tracks. So that happened. Thereafter, he's a very big fan of Hardwell. I'm as well, but he was even, Hardwell's god. So we were like, okay, next track has to be on Hardwell's label. Yeah, that happened, that did. So we're now like, okay, we did all the labels, very cool, and we reached a lot of people with it, but yeah, for now we don't have any big goal for a label to release on, but just depends on what track, which one it will be,
And what's your favourite track at the moment?
Yeah, I think Mystica.
Mystica 15.
Yeah.
Mystica 15.
Yeah, of our own tracks, those two, yeah.
Yeah, and Snake.
And that would be your
And
most
Fate. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Now keep
of
going,
them,
man.
all of them.
All of them.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, actually, quick little story about me. My girlfriend actually, she's not a fan of electronic music, but I played for her one of the tracks you guys did a remix for, Puzzle.
Oh.
Absolutely loved it.
Really?
Absolutely loved it. She's an EDM fan now, boys.
Really?
Yeah,
Great.
so thanks for that.
That's
You're
good.
welcome. We got it, man. We got it. So let's talk about your Australian tour.
Mm-hmm.
It's your first time in Australia, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, first time in Australia.
Yeah.
And how do you find Australia so far?
Well, I think Australia is really good. Yeah, I love Australia already.
Have you had a chance to see much of Australia?
Well, in Sydney, yes. I've seen Sydney. We've been off in Sydney for like 4 days, so yeah.
Beautiful. What about here in Melbourne? Are you gonna get much of a chance to see her?
No.
No.
Have a look around now?
We are gone tomorrow. Yeah.
In your free time, what do you guys like doing in your free time when you have some free time?
Gym.
And I think friends or girls.
Yeah.
Stuff
Friends
like
or
that.
girls? Yeah.
Yeah, same. Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
So what advice can you guys give up and coming DJs and producers?
Don't start.
Don't start.
No, don't start. Don't try it.
You're
really.
joking. I think you have to. I think you have to do whatever you think is cool. Just make the sound what you feel, because in a couple of years, this whole EDM thing is over, or it's changed out of the shape it is now. So no big kick tracks or tracks like. The things we do are old over 2 years as well, So just make whatever you want, and there will be a time that music will be great. So at that moment you can shine.
So you just got to stick at it, eh? Just be patient.
Yeah.
Or take your advice and don't start at all.
I think it's different, because don't be a DJ because you think it's fun, it's cool to touring and being famous and get a lot of money, but be a DJ because you have love for music.
Yeah.
So that's my
That's your 2 cents worth.
yeah.
So finally, guys, what does Blasterjaxx have in store for 2014?
A lot of new tracks, a lot of remixes, and
A lot of touring.
a lot of tours, a lot of shows, and just a lot of anything,
What about coming back to Australia?
Yeah, I think we're coming back at the end of the year for some festival. Yeah.
I think that might be Stereosonic.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't.
You're not sure yet? Guys, thank you very much for joining us on BPM Radio. We really appreciate your time. Live from Melbourne, I'm your host, Collado. See you all again soon.
Bye. Hi, we are blessed.
Oh yeah, this is okay. Again.
Hi, we are Blasterjaxx, and you're listening to BPM Radio.